Well, the threat of robbery is very heavy in the community. I mean, just any second a bandit might walk in the door and rob you.
I would say that the average citizen, especially the ladies, are afraid to get out after dark.
It never occurred to me that they were going to kill me. I just never did feel like that. But the only thing I felt like is if I hadn't told them to go ahead and get it, well, they probably would hurt me.
No need of us boycotting ourselves because the crime is here. Now, the thing that we should try to do is, that they should try to do downtown, is try to get somebody out here and do something for these people. You know, give them something to work for. I mean, if they don't have anything to do, yeah, they're going to commit crime.
In his book, Crime in America, former Attorney General Ramsey Clark wrote, "When you put poor education, poor employment, poor housing, and poor health on the map, and then put high crime on the map, you've marked the same place every time. We breed our crime." In Dallas, that violent place on the map, where more than half of the major crimes occur, is the ghetto. It covers less than 1/10 of the city, but contains most of the rape, murder, burglary, robbery, and assault. And most of it is black crime. In 1972, blacks were involved either as perpetrators or victims in almost 2/3 of all violent crime. Drive through the narrow streets in the major crime belt here, along Hall Street near Roseland. You pass the Busy Bee Cafe, the Red Door, Black Gale's Domino Parlor, the Congo Club, the Ascot Room. This is the pastime sanctuary for the men who consume barbecue, hot links, Ripple, and Thunderbird wines. So why is it also the sanctuary for most of the city's crime?
You have more people on the street. You have more people in this area than you do have in the other areas of Dallas. I'm sure that would account for part of the statistic.
It's a number of things behind crime. For one thing, most of these guys can't get any jobs. You know, the young fellas can't get any jobs, and they're idling around and so forth, and it's just a problem.
About 90% of the major crimes committed are not committed by the people in the ghetto, people that's in other areas.
But it's just a poverty area, and these young boys don't have any food or any money, and they're going to take some means of getting it.
Well, I don't believe it's really, you can classify it as a low-income area where you have a high concentration of people in one specific area, and these people don't have any place else to go but out on the streets. Then naturally you're going to have more crime.
I live in South Dallas myself, and I was, among the same people that he's talking about without anything to do, but I didn't resort to crime. Well, this is a different generation that we're dealing with now. What I was speaking of the present or the past, or we're just speaking of South Dallas in general? In general. Yeah. In general. Well, this includes that. I had the same opportunities that you had, which was very, very limited. None at all. But I didn't resort to crime.
The average family income here is less than the government-established poverty level. You can buy a used car for $10 down and no credit check, or stay in the Ross Avenue Motel for $2.50 and up. Men in suits are from the finance company or police. Haircuts are 95 cents. Positively no personal checks accepted. The story is much the same in South Dallas on the other side of the Central Business District. Bitterness and resentment are easy to find.
A dude out here, he doesn't resort to crime because he resorts to crime because he be trying to get some of the things that Whitey downtown won't let him have.
Right, that's another thing.
That's what they are doing here. That's what the young people are doing.
They say it's a dope problem, a prostitution, but I don't think that's basically what it is. Because they're robbing in North Dallas and so forth, but they don't say this is due to dope and so forth.
You can't get too much of this good dope out here because the people don't have the money to buy it, so you don't have to worry about too much. Yeah, this is not what a dope problem is. The dope is. Because they can't afford the dope that the people have in Highland Park, Far North Dallas, or places like that. But it's true.
I've been dealing in the service station business for the last 49 years. And the service station is one thing that people expect something to happen, but don't know when and what time.
When we were going to school, we were afraid to go to jail. But now kids don't care nothing about going to jail.
South Boulevard is not far away. The homes there once were showplaces of the city. In Highland Park, similar buildings line Beverly Drive, restored to beautiful conditions, selling for $75,000 and more. But in South Dallas, they will continue to die, and a sprawling public housing project will be erected in their place someday. One of those who has seen the ghetto deteriorate over the past 46 years is Theodore Greer, a successful bail bondsman who has worked in this poverty area since 1926.
I doubt very seriously if there's very much hope for this area ever developing again to where it once was. I believe it'll go industrial, expressways, or manufacturers, or something that'll come up in here. It's pretty close then, I guess.
What about the people here? Are they scared of some of the things that have happened in the past?
Well, the people who's here now, I don't think, Fred, because the ones who I think be around here now, usually play the part. See, quite naturally, the one was afraid left, and the one what plays the part comes back and comes again.
It looks like South Dallas is gradually dying out unless we get, better police protection out here. I mean, it's just going to be so that a businessman will be scared to open up his doors.
One of your main answers to high crime is going to be more involvement. The people get more involved and report these crimes to the police and getting more information to the police when we get on the scene of a crime.
The more the people help us by telling us what they see, the more we can cut crime.
Crime? Poverty. How are the two related? Clearly not all poverty causes crime. Otherwise, all the poor and only the poor would be criminals.
Let's be frank with ourselves. We're in the ghetto. We don't have any money. They said this is the ghetto, and they make us feel like it's the ghetto.
It's getting worse, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is due to the street conditions where the city or the contractors are dragging with the work, not getting it finished, and the police can't get in and out as rapidly as they need to.
That's the first time I'd ever been robbed. I had never been robbed. They have never bothered me.
Is it then learned in the slums, like a rhyme for skipping rope, inherited, motivated by a frustrated desire for the good life as shown on television, due to broken homes or welfare, due to a sense that men lack power over their destinies, or promoted by the fatalistic bravado men use for survival in the ghetto?
Definitely, poverty and crime is interrelated. The guy is not going to let his family go hungry, you see, without robbing. If he have to kill somebody, he will.